Today, Saturday, January 18th, 2020. It is approximately 10:48 a.m. Entry log number 1, SCP-1, Jerome Valeska. Today I am making this entry as a start of a new project of mine. People told me to write out my feelings, my desires, everything that comes to mind into my journals, but I think this will be a more better effective method. First, let's start this off by, well, I like to first start off by apologizing to everyone. You see, last night I was hurting because of a altercation or situation that I was in. I was hurting so bad. I wanted to commit suicide. And trust me, it's not the first time, nor will it be the last. I always have these thoughts, and people tell me that I need to go seek help, that I need to go therapy to help me get rid of these negative thoughts, but all I have is negative thoughts. I apologize to all my friends and family for everything that I caused and put them through. I am a unique, special, and yet broken person. Some people try to understand me, some people don't. I have a lot of mental issues that I'm still being diagnosed with, still being tested on, etc. I have these personalities that's linked to my emotions. The first one I like to introduce you to is Jerome Valeska. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. But he has this obsession, he has this motive. He believes, or wants to believe, that he is the living embodiment of the Joker. He believes that we all can experience some type of madness by going through a horrible trauma or that one bad day in life. I've been through a lot of bad days, a lot of trauma. Some people will tell me to, oh well, get over it. We all been through a living hell, but they don't understand. See, people don't yet to understand exactly what I've been through or go through until they are literally in my shoes. We live in a cold, harsh world. A world where people just simply walk by and instead of greet with one another with a simple hello, they give this cold, chill stare at each other. Sometimes people go through things that people don't understand. And do they want to take the time to actually to understand? No, they don't. You see, we're in a confused state of time. We're taught to be ashamed of confusion, anger, fear, and sadness. And to me, they're of equal values to happiness, excitement, and inspiration. You're lucky if you have pain in your life. The more painful your life is, the more you will be able to shine one day. Sometimes I think life is playing a game with me and I'm simply on the loser streak, but there is no winners or losers. Everybody wants to be happy. Nobody wants the pain. But I guess you can't make rainbow without a little pain. You, you see, I always wanted one thing to experience what happiness truly feels like. I don't think I'm ever going to get that. I lost so much in my life. I lost my family. I lost the love of my life. I lost my innocence, my sanity. I lost me. People tell me to stay strong and keep fighting, but they don't understand that I already lost the battle. You see, I'm not ashamed of who I am. I kind of grew liking to my madness. I like falling into the pit of insanity. Without it, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. A philosopher once said, no great mind has ever lived without a touch of madness. I think that's true. See, broken minds come with intelligence. Intelligence comes with madness. And madness truly does come with one bad day. And bad days cause pain, sorrow, and chaos. In order to get through all of them, you have to let go of the past and present. Let go of everything that you still hold on, that you still hope for. All you simply have to do is simply stare into the abyss of darkness and jump. Every time something bad happens to me, I still think to this day that life is nothing but a cruel, sick joke. I think that life is always against me. And you see, I laugh at the wrong things in life. I laugh at all the pain and sorrow. And people look at me weird. They look at me like they know something's wrong with what's inside of me. And it's more funny because they don't get it. They don't get the sick, cruel joke that life is telling us. And every day when life knocks us down, that's just a punchline. And all we have to do is get back up and just laugh right into his face. You know, I smile because it confused people. And people say I have a great smile. I smile because it's easier to explain what's killing you inside than simply telling them. When you realize that you have nothing to lose for, you turn into a beast. I think I am that beast. And every day I go out there trying to search for my beauty. I don't like the beast that runs free. You know what happens if he does? If Jerome is go out there and do whatever he wants, it'll be chaotic. It'll be panics in the street. There'll be blood filled in the roads, screams in the air. The world will be a little bit more stranger if it's allowed to do whatever it wants. I think we could be a bit stranger. See, it's funny. I'm simply trying to speak out my mind, and yet I guarantee you that none of you that's watching this is understanding or getting the point that I'm trying to make. See, out there in the world, monsters and ghosts, they all do exist. Demons exist. And the only way we can find them is inside of us. They live inside of us. And you see, we only have two choices. Either let them out and play, or simply control those demons and use whatever their desire to do. You see, I'm so self-conscious about myself. I worry a lot. I worry that people will simply look at me like a freak and they'll try to lock me up, cage me like some type of animal just because they can't control me. And people are afraid of what they can't control. My pain may be the reason for somebody's laugh, but my laugh must never be the reason for somebody's pain. I don't believe anyone. I don't believe in anyone on who they say they are. People can change any time, but do they choose to? Like I said, I worried a lot. But before you go judge me, make sure that you're perfect. Make sure that you know who you are. As I was growing up, A lot of people tell me that I could be whatever or whoever I want to be. So that's what I simply did. I became something cold and dark. I became chaotic, just like how the world forged me to be. Every day I wake up with nothing but sadness and bad thoughts in my head. I go to bed suicidal. I dream suicidal. And when I wake up, I wake up suicidal. No matter what I do, no matter what type of help, no matter what type of drugs they feed me, they can't fix me. They say I'm sick. I'm not sick. Sick make it seem like there's a cure for me, and there's no cure for who I am. It's best that people get used to me, because I'm used to all the pain and suffering that the world gives out. It becomes numb. As some of you may know, I do bad things. Every time something bad happens to me, everybody blames me, saying it's my fault that I choose to do it. I choose for it to happen that way. And it's funny, really. How can it be someone's fault if they have no control of their own destiny or fate, when they can't control their own life, when life controls them? We don't have free will. We can't simply do what we want. Sometimes there's a lot of things that I would like to do, but I choose not to act upon them because to most people, they see it as a wrong choice. Sometimes I like to go out and find the people that hurt me and simply hurt them back. Sometimes I just want to go and blow up a building with people inside. Sometimes I want to carve someone's face off and wear it like a mask. Or sometimes I just want to take a gun and shoot into a crowd of people. And I want to do it laughing, because to me that's funny. See, I find that very, very funny. Because, as you may already know, life is dull. It's imperfect. But death has a whole new meaning. It makes you wonder what really is out there in the world. It makes you wonder what is wrong with everybody. See, you probably just think that I'm just ranting going on. That I'm just being uncontrollably, but I'm just I'm just saying what everybody wants to say and is too afraid to say it. I'm strong because I've been weak. I'm fearless because I've been afraid. I'm wise because I've been foolish. I have what everybody truly wants. In a way, I guess you could say that I have free will. I could simply do whatever I want. And I'll do it with a smile on my face. After all, give a man a mask and he may become his true self. But then again, it's hard to tell who wears a mask and who doesn't, especially with everybody being all fake. Confident is not Confidence is not they will like me. Confidence is I'll be fine if they don't. Hope people get that. I guess you could say that I am sick. Sick on living in this pathetic world that we call life. Someday, I'm gonna make a name for myself. Someday, I'm gonna show everybody who I really am. And they can stop me if they want. Because they won't. They can't. Someday I'm gonna do the unknown possibility. One day, I'm going to lead a life of chaos and despair. I'm going to show all one day, all my dreams, fantasies, all my regrets and nightmares are going to come into fruition because I will make them happen. I will create a paradox that's gonna scar this world. I'm just simply the beginning of a great, large, cosmetic scale. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a key. I'm gonna build a key and simply open the doorway into something greater. I have a plan. And people's not gonna like it. You see, just thinking about it, just thinking about it makes me smile. We have a name for this little group of ours. And some of you may picked it up, some may you know about it. Those who closest to me may have heard the name. But we're just part of something bigger. Yes. Okay. This is just only part one of this sideshow that you want to call it. There's many of us. Right now, I'm just the ringleader because everybody else is waiting to be awakened. Yes. When you see me, you're not gonna know that it's me. And you never will. See, I'm an artist, a performer. And you're not gonna tell the difference. So I will. As I said in the beginning, I stated my name. And it's protocol to these entry logs. If you pay attention deeply and closely, then you're gonna get it. The rest of you, listen up because you don't want to miss any detail so that the twist in the end will make sense. My name is Jerome Valeska. SCP00-1. Current member of the Maniacs. And current member of the Foundation. I'm also one of the members of the Court of Dark Knights. But I'm not going to tell you who's the biggest and who's the baddest. But we're connected. It's all connected. You see, nobody knows except for the ones that do know, the ones that hides in the shadows. You know who I'm talking to. I remember everything. I remember it all. You try so hard to cover it up, to make it all disappear. You try so hard to make me forget, but I did it. And honestly, I should be thanking you. You made me stronger and better than I was before. Honestly, I'm kind of liking to this. For the rest of you, I'm going to tell you a story that happened to us a couple of months ago. Maybe about 6, 7. Honestly, it's been so long, I vaguely remember. The time and location was never important to me at the time. You see, I was homeless, and I was staying at a park here in Las Vegas. I was staying at Cheyenne Park. That's on Cheyenne and Nellis, right behind an empty desert lot, which I'm assuming is still a desert lot. But the park is known as Cheyenne Park. It has about 2 baseball field with a dirt track in the middle of it, owned by some other company. Anyway, I couldn't have took it no more. You see, I just couldn't let it stand by, watch him waste his life, deteriorating. So I stepped in. Something happened to Chris, which caused him to be so overwhelmed. So much energy, so much emotion. He committed suicide. He overdosed on his medication. And he succeeded. But of course he did came back, but he didn't come back alone. See, I was always around. Ever since we first met her, she is what created me. The trauma that she caused sparked my heart. Don't worry, you'll get to meet her. unless you already know who it is. Anyways, Chris overdosed on his medicine, and one of the local homeless crews decided to call 911. So an ambulance arrived, and pretty much the ambulance took him, and they took him, which I believe understand was a totally different reason on why they took him, but they took him for a reason. Now, him going into the hospital for that wasn't the only thing that happened. As they took him to the hospital, they didn't say which hospital they took him. On top of that, all his pretty much everything that he had to himself at that time was left behind for scavengers to go through and nosy around in his work. And I'm still questioning to this day, why did all that have to go down? After the ambulance left with Chris, police decided to block off the entire road of Nellis from Lamb to, well, no, they closed off Cheyenne, the part where the park was, all the way up to Nellis. And they made a big deal about it. There was helicopters. There was at least 20 cops all there questioning everybody in the area like they were looking for something. Top of that, there was this one woman, well, trying to say multiple women. There could have been multiple people about this that was involved, but there were undercover marshals investigating something. And here's like a little funny part. They were investigating Chris because they believe he was connected to this open case. There wasn't really big details about it. It had something to do with a murder. And trust me, when it came to Chris, there was no murder. In fact, I don't think they knew what they say they knew. I believe there was insinuating about something, or something was going on. There were undercover marshals watching him from a distance. And I had to step into the light to protect Chris, to understand why. What was the point? Still got nothing. But then I took to the hospital. That was no hospital. It was a military facility that specialized unique patients. I don't know what kind of military facility it was, nor do I know where it was located. But they did something to Chris to fully awaken me. They killed him. And then they brought him back. But by doing so, they were doing it for a reason. When I came back into the light, Chris was sleeping. But there was others around. There was these different types of Chris, each different and unique than one another. They all dress similar but different style. I believe there were other alternative Chris personalities, but these personalities came from somewhere else. They all live the same life. Is at the end of who they are. They became something new. They unlocked the secrets to the universe, to their universe. I believe these personalities came from a broken multiverse. And I believe they're all here to help Chris find out his, because he's the key to something. There's something larger. And you know what? I believe it. I believe every word of it. It makes sense to us. They told me about the foundation. They told me that I was one of the first to be created. They told me about the League of Dark Knights, how they've been here for centuries. Setting certain moments of time in motion, creating history. They tell me that in the beginning of a universe, when it is completely broken and fragile, it creates a nightmare. We just don't see it yet because it's much bigger than we expected. All this happens before. This is simply a cycle, another cycle of a chain of events that happened already. They show me the secrets to the multiverse and told us that we have to open the doorway to free everybody. But we can't do that yet. First, we need to create what they call the Forge of Destiny. With it, we can reshape reality itself. With it, we can build the tools that we need to repair this paradox. They told us that we need to master time, space, the mind, the earth itself. They said we need to master full control of the energy around us, to bend it, to sharpen, use it as a weapon. Not only that, they show us how to summon demons and use them as our command. They showed us that there was no God nor devil. There was nothing but darkness. That death is only an illusion. When they brought us back at that facility, when they brought us back to life, things was different. They knew that we knew. They figured out that we learned what we learned, and they tried to stop it. They tried to prevent it by destroying our potential. They tried to erase our mind. They tried to remove it. They tried to corrupt our mind to make us like they try to make us seem like regular citizens in this society that they control. It didn't work. Right now, we are planning something greater, we are planning our beginning, starting off with the maniacs. We will be around. We always will be around. You just won't see us coming. And when you do, prepare for a grand show. It's going to be spectacular. Phase 1 is being drawn out right now. We already know what's going to happen in phase 2. But in the end, the whole universe it's gonna be different. Like fallen kings, we will re-rise our kingdoms in the heart of this paradox. With a simple snap, we will bring our universes together as one. We will unify our destiny. And when that happens, when all of our universes is merged together, it will rectify the broken. And Kalima shall rise in his ashes. Once Kalima is fully built, we will sit upon our thrones and watch a multiverse burn and perish, begging for our help, for our resources. Once they learn, they will come to us. And like starving children, we will feel them hope. We will become their saviors. And they will be whimpering, begging for forgiveness. And then I'll unify all of us together as one. Become him. And rule a grateful you. I'll become more than a god and less of a king. I'll become something entirely new. Yeah. everything will be respectfully grateful. Everything will go as is planned. Finally, everything happens for a reason. There is no God's plan. There's only ours. Oh. I hope you're all ready for the ride. Because like I said, this is the beginning. And I'll make sure that you will be joining me along the way. You may see some disturbing things. You may see some scary things. But you're definitely going to see the truth. You all is going to experience that one bad day. And you will be joining me. After all, we all could go insane with just one bad day. End of entry log 1.